All right, I made bread. So if you're watching continuity, I just took the bread out of the oven. It's still hot. I'm letting it cool. So something that I've been thinking about for a while, and I knew I had the tools to do it. I just needed the ingredients and the fortitude to do it, or whatever you want to call it. So here's my stand mixer. I always talk about a stand mixer, but I make my bread by hand simply because it's more fun to do it that way. But so that's down. I have to remember how to use this thing. So yeah. So this is okay. You just press that button and go. All right. So I have heavy whipping cream. This is the heaviest stuff I could get. Not like heavy in like a metal way, but heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this whole sucker in there. In theory, it shouldn't be that hard because this is gonna do all the work. So it's gonna get loud and we'll be back in like 10-15 minutes. Okay, we're about 10 minutes in and I notice it's thickened up quite a bit and it's starting to slide up on the walls. So I'm just pushing it back down and I'm gonna put it back on for a few more minutes, but let's take a look at this stuff. See how it's already it's like a meringue where it's already standing. So I think I got about 5 more minutes on this. I've been running it at high, but I'm gonna start slow again and then work my way back up for at least 5 more minutes. All right, it's been going for about 16 minutes. I've stopped it every 7-8 minutes to check it. There we go. It's separated. Let's take a look here. Look at that. You see the buttermilk is separated now? That's what we want. So let me move this out of the way real quick. My wife got that like 4 years ago. Never got around to using it. This is the first time. So inaugural use. I'm just gonna drain the buttermilk into the sink. I'm not gonna use the buttermilk. So there are uses for buttermilk, of course. I hate to throw it, but I don't have any use for it. I wish I had something to hold on to. This would be nice if I had somebody to help me out, but somebody to hold the sieve, but that'll work, I think. So I'm just getting all of the separated material here and making sure all the buttermilk goes through. But yeah, okay, don't flop that too hard or you'll have a big mess to clean up. All right, so now I have this. This is my separated cream here, heavy cream. It's dripping everywhere. I'm gonna clean it up. So now, I take it. It feels like butter. It almost kind of smells like butter. Ice cold water. You're supposed to squeeze it. Oh wow, yeah, the texture, almost instantly. Like, look at that, look at this. It looks like butter now. How, holy crap. This is great. All right, I don't need a whole lot. It's just me. Look at that. Oh wow, it worked. That's gotta be the coolest, easiest thing I've done. So I have my little ball of butter. That's about the purest butter you could get, aside from like milking the cow yourself. So I'm gonna take some of my salt, about a tablespoon. Just mix it together like I would a bread. I washed my hands, but probably really didn't need to. Anyway, mix this sucker together. I'm just excited. This thing works as far as texture goes. It feels just like butter. That's crazy. I love it. Look at that. All right. So, a little cup of cream made this much butter. You mean you could buy more cream, obviously, and just make a big vat of butter, I guess. And it took about 22 minutes in the mixer to get to a point where it was like this, noticeably butter. So all of a sudden it starts to separate. It thickens in the first 5 minutes. It just starts to get thicker and bigger in mass because the air fills it. For the next 10 minutes or so, then you'll start to see it chunk up, and then it just starts to separate, and then all of a sudden you start seeing fluid on the bottom. That's the buttermilk. And in this case, we don't need the buttermilk, so I just threw it out. I always hate to throw something out, but I just have no use for buttermilk right now. But I do have good use for butter. My hand is absolutely covered in butter, but whatever. So. Yep, that's crazy. I mean, people have been doing this forever, but just to have a little bit for yourself and make your own. And I have my bread. I just gotta wait for the bread to cool. Like I said, I just took this bread out of the oven just an hour ago. So it needs at least 2-3 more hours of cooling. But there you go, butter made. Wow, it was really easy. It's messy, but all of the pieces are dishwasher safe. So everything is dishwasher safe. So all I got to do is rinse it down, put it in the dishwasher, and walk away. So this is to get something as cool as this with that little effort. That's right up my alley. So butter is made.